While some insurance company chief information officers are driving business value and leading innovation, many have yet to move from the back office to the front lines, according to Diamond Management and Technology Consultants Incorporated. In its third annual Digital IQ study, which surveyed 724 senior business and IT executives, including 47 from the insurance industry, Diamond found that there are significant opportunities for insurance CIOs to move from tactical responders into strategic leaders. Jamie Yoder, Managing Director of Diamond's insurance practice, explains this trend.
The biggest trend, obviously, is it moving more from a sort of tactical responder, group, to a strategic leader. So they're really playing much more of a role as the technology, and really, I would say, is the customer's use and expectations around how organizations interact with them. And technology obviously playing a key role in that. So the role of a technology leader really is providing innovation, thought leadership in terms of more aimed at how both product services, but how really growth can be driven within the organizations. So it's created a shift in the context of, as opposed to just really sort of back office, get the business running, make sure the technology is running. It's also that's obviously still expected, but it's also how can we actually how do we need to be thinking about all these new technologies, mobility, new channel interaction models, new sources of information. How do we need to incorporate that into our business to really drive growth? There's obviously a cost component and an efficiency component everyone looks at, productivity component that people look to at IT. So it's not that's been removed, but there's even it's sort of obviously the technology can play an increasingly important role in our customer engagement and sort of the revenue side of the business.
The Digital IQ study found that more than 60% of respondents believe that the CIO has an understanding of how advances in IT could significantly influence or change their company's core products and services. Yet, only 1 in 3 believe that the CIO is recognized as a business leader and not just an IT leader. Jamie explains one possible reason for this disconnect.
It's interesting because you tend to see is that the lifespan. I don't know exactly what the lifespan of the average CIO is these days. It's never been terribly long, and a lot of that goes as the organization sort of shifts from we're more in an efficiency, more in a cost saving mode, to now we're more in a growth mode, and those things are often looked at very differently. Right? So there's sort of two types of CIOs. There's really the visionary sort of strategic thinker and leader in terms of how technology can help shape the business, and then there's really more of an operator. And I think in today's world you have to have both, and it doesn't necessarily have to be both in the same individual, but you have to have created a model that very much brings that expertise to bear. And I think too often it was always one or the other. We looked at it as one or the other within the organization, and I think obviously you have to find a way to bring it becomes very evident to across the organization that you have both those capabilities, even if they're not embedded in the same person.